We're celebrating members of our community who have taken their social responsibilities and societal commitments very, very seriously. Mr. Bill Bateman is a perfect example of how compassion, awareness of need, and hard work can transform lives, reinforce ideals, and change communities. Bill Bateman is a proud 30-year member of Laborers Union Local 271. 30-year. We can applaud for that. 30-year member of Laborers Union Local 271 in Providence, who has spent much of his life drawing attention to and standing up for the disadvantaged, the disenfranchised, and those struggling with poverty, unemployment, and discrimination. In particular, his leadership of the People's Assembly and his organization of the Defenders of the Dream March and Rally in August of 2013, 50 years after Dr. King's March on Washington, brought together civil rights leaders, anti-poverty workers, labor, religious and governmental leaders, environmental and peace groups, and individuals from all walks of life. Bill's annual Rosa Parks Human Rights Day places the spotlight on not only a courageous woman who became a symbol of the civil rights movement, but also the resonance her action continues to have in a society that perhaps exercises discrimination in more subtle, but no less repugnant ways. From working to broaden and deepen outreach efforts, educate young people on Martin Luther King's legacy, to fostering direct action and mass mobilization, and exposing the links between racism, poverty, and war, Mr. Bateman has devoted himself to what Dr. King called the beloved community. Bill's name and legacy is respected well beyond our borders, and I'm proud to join all of you today in honoring Bill Bateman. Oh, he's going to speak. So I'm going to hold this for him, and we're going to hear from Bill Bateman. Thank you, Bill.
I don't know how to act when people say something nice about me. So what's this, and I really don't know how to act getting a Martin Luther King Award on Abraham Lincoln's birthday with the original Americans, all those spirits. Native ancestors from these shores. And the other great thing is to get the award. Haley's comment must have just passed by because Joe Bucket, me. What's really going on? Because we're just grassroots growers, and we do what we do, you know, and we only dress up every once in a while. So Lincoln and King are two of the greatest heroes of U.S. world history to me. Both of these people have had the special gift of being human ratchet sets, and that they both began their respective journeys with some backward and regressive beliefs, both of them, but evolved forward, step by step, with consistent and constant evolution and motion forward and never back. We all must admire Lincoln for prosecuting the Civil War, issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, mustering 200,000 black troops, and ultimately smashing the Confederacy and forever destroying chattel slavery in this country. And we obviously must honor and admire Dr. King for leading the successful movement to end 100 years of Jim Crow apartheid and abolish de jure legal segregation in the U.S. What's sad about it is that it was totally unnecessary that Dr. King had to do that because those 100 years were totally unnecessary. Those 100 years of terror and disenfranchisement, which African Americans suffered, began in 1877 when Northern capital conspired to withdraw the Union troops, overturn Reconstruction, and force African Americans back into semi-feudal condition. But Dr. King answered the call, and he deserves our utmost respect and admiration because he evolved. As he evolved, he became much more than the sum of his parts. He was a civil rights leader, an economic justice leader, then an anti-war leader, and a human rights leader. But altogether, he was a visionary prophet, as the pastor said in the beginning, on behalf of the poor, the workers, and the oppressed, teaching us that, as the mayor of Providence just said, racism, poverty, and war are three heads of one monster. The prophet pointed the way to the new society which we want, the new world, which the mayor also said, the promised land, the beloved community, basically a caring and sharing, cooperative social and economic system based on meeting human needs and ensuring full freedom, total equality, and justice for all in a world of peace. And we have to salute him for his courage too, because when he crossed the line from just civil rights and came out against the Vietnam War on April 4th, 67, and called it a giant demonic suction tube, stealing the money that was needed for the war on poverty. And B, when he launched the Poor People's Campaign, that was demanding billions of dollars for public works and other things. He knew that he might have signed his own death warrant. He told us not only to assist the poor, but to question why there is any poverty at all, the richest country on earth. We owe it to him to continue to question why, 46 years after the Poor People's Campaign, 46 years after his assassination, and 2.5 decades into the 21st century, there's deepening poverty and expanding gap, wealth gap. A slap on the back for me, there's been many tonight, and I really appreciate it. But the best way to congratulate me is to continue Dr. King's struggle and dream. Join me in building this new Rhode Island mobilization against poverty. 80,000 people this past Saturday marched on Raleigh, North Carolina, on the Capitol against cutbacks and poverty. So we're hoping that 1,000 of us can manifest ourselves on the Wednesday, the 2nd of April. Thank you.